Hello everyone. So for our finance project, I chose to do a bunch of different assumptions by using my own retirement plan. I recently just started a new position in New York State as a social worker. So I started out assessing what it would look like to have a pension, since you need to usually have at least 26 years in the state. In order to get a fulfilled pension, but I believe it's only 10 years where you need to be vested, but I'm not 100% positive. So my salary grade, I end up being at a 5% pension per pay period. And over time, I did the calculation where it would be about $101,000, roughly almost $102,000 that I'd be able to save for my pension over 26 years. Well, obviously this amount is really beneficial, and a lot of agencies, I understand, don't have pensions anymore. It's still important to assess other options for retirement, especially if I end up being around 54 years old when I retire from the state. So the other options I looked at was a money market through KeyBank, because it's my current checking account provider. For a money market, you have to start off with at least $2,500, and then I calculated that I would contribute at least $200 per month over 312 months. That would actually equal out to be $106,881. So there are fees that are associated with money markets. In this case, through KeyBank, it is $12 a month. So that would be a total of $3,744 in fees that would accrue over that time period. So money markets are beneficial, but at the same point, there's an article I read by Borzkowski that said that in 2007 rates were actually around 4.5%, and today they're about 0.1%, and they fluctuate. KeyBank's money market is actually at 0.04, I'm sorry. A few other calculations I looked at were stocks, and I did them across different markets such as Disney, General Electric, McDonald's, and Verizon. I thought it'd be a different perspective and to see how the internal rate of return would be and the return of investment. So looking at, I'll do little snapshots for Disney over their dividend history for the past 4 years. I ended up calculating an IRR of 14.27% and an ROI of 0.9336. With my calculations, it would be beneficial to hold on to Disney stock, just since it will be profitable over time if you're willing to wait it out. For GE, their IRR was equal to negative 2.80%, and the ROI was negative 0.1089. So for GE, it was a selling point. I wouldn't have kept it if it was in my portfolio, just because it's continually going down. Economists have stated that GE's had a lot of turnover, especially in their leadership, and they're not as technological advanced as they used to be. So to me, it would be most likely to sell that stock to get a better company for my portfolio. McDonald's actually has grown significantly over time. They had a 13.17% IRR value over the 4-year time frame, and their ROI was calculated to be 0.7047. The stock continues to grow over time, and it would be beneficial to hold on to it. Their share value actually closed at $165.37 on Friday, this past Friday. So at this point, it would be, I don't know if it's worth it to purchase and buy into this stock. As for Verizon, they had an IRR of 0.59%, an ROI of 0.0226. Verizon is slowly growing over time, so I could see people keep on to it or letting it go. I also looked at junk bonds and how they could be risky compared to treasury bonds. Junk bonds obviously have a high yield of an APY just because they're riskier and they have less of a credit value compared to, I looked at Barclay Treasury bonds, which, over time, Barclay was not as profitable. It was about $762 compared to Fidelity, which was $23,900 profit, but I did over 26 years, which is a long, long time. Usually bonds are not, take that long to get paid back, but I wanted to see the difference in APY value. So in conclusion, my biggest thing would be obviously diversification, and my portfolio showed this, of how you need to have all different types of investments in your portfolio in order to make it work and to be successful and profitable. Thanks.